Hello everyone, in this video we will be doing a quick walkover on the socket programming in C. So first of all, here we see there is a structure which is sock address underscore in. This structure is defined in net inet slash in.h header file. To know this structure, we will simply go to this page here. Here it lists out the structure. It is having basically SA underscore family, which is the protocol address protocol family. Then it is having a port number, which is in SYN underscore port field, and then we are having the address, which is 32-bit IP version 4 address here. Coming back to the code, so first of all we are creating a socket. This socket is being created by socket system call. Here we are passing the arguments AF underscore inet, which is the protocol family. This is for sock underscore stream, which is for TCP. Then we are preparing the socket address. So these were the various fields which we saw in the structure. Once again we can see those fields here. This is SYN underscore family. This field is here, SYN underscore family, which we have marked for AF underscore inet. Then we are specifying the port address. Here again, going back to the structure, here is the port address, and then this is the address of this machine. Basically any address which this machine might be having. H2NL, this is basically host to network byte ordering. This basically converts all the addresses into the big Indian format. This explanation about this is also given in this website. The networking protocols TCP based on a specific they have specific network byte order, and these protocols basically use big Indian byte ordering. Then we bind the socket, then we listen for the connections, and then here this buffer is basically for storing the data that we receive from the client. Then we are basically flushing the buffer here. Now we are accepting the incoming requests. Here we are receiving the data from the client and basically echoing the data back to the client. Now coming to the client code, here also first of all we are creating a socket, then we are specifying the port address and the IP, basically specifying the IP address and the port address of the host. Then we are issuing the connect system call. After that we are sending the data and then receiving the data back, and this loop continues. Now let us see the code in action. Okay, first we will compile the server. We'll run the server. Okay, the server has started listening. Now we will compile the client. Okay, so we will write something here. So this is what we have received from service. Okay, we'll just terminate this connection and terminate the server also. Now here the problem is that only one client at a time can connect to the server. Now we will make multiple clients connect to the server simultaneously. So for that, what we will be using is basically fork system call, and this server is also combining the two servers, which is the echo server and the time server. So starting from the main here, or even before main, here we are having a function pointer which is there to handle the child. If you are not comfortable with the concept of function pointers, it is okay. you can shift this code. Instead of using function pointers, you can use normal functions in the switch statements inside the code. So basically, in case the server is having the first argument as 1, we will use it as echo server. Otherwise, we can use it as the time server. Here again, we are issuing the create socket call. Then we are preparing the socket address. Then this is the reuse code. This can actually be ignored. This is for reusing the socket immediately. Otherwise, your operating system will lock the socket for some specified, basically lock that port number for a specific amount of time. If you immediately want to reuse it, basically in debugging and all, in testing your programs, so it is preferable to use this code. Otherwise, you can leave it. Then we bind the socket, then we listen on the socket, and it is here that we accept the incoming client requests. This part is optional. This is just for printing the IP address and the port of the client on the screen of the server. So this is the fork system call. Inside the child, what we do is basically handle the child, and in the parent we close the connection. For the echo server, the code is same. For the client server, there are a little modifications, or rather new code. This is the structure of the time. This time underscore t. This is defined in the header file time.h, and here basically what we are doing is we are reading the current time, and then we are formatting the current time in this format. Then we are sending the time to the client. This is client time. In this client time, what we are doing is we are not sending anything to the server. The only changes which are here is that we are simply receiving from the server, and there is no read write loop. Only we receive once. Now let's see this in action. We are now basically running it in the time server mode. We will pass 2 as argument, server listening. Okay, now we will run a client.